Like and subscribe. On the way in the door, people. Today, you see the title. Let's talk about it. But before we get started, I hope you all are having a fantastic day. Fanboys, if you're having a fantastic day, this might ruin your day. But, anything to bring you guys back to reality. So let's talk about the narrative of LeBron James elevates his teammates. Let's look at the definition of the word elevate so that we all are on the same page. Fanboys. Elevate. To raise or lift something up to a higher position. To raise to a more important or impressive level. Let's one more time for you fanboys. Let's one more time. To raise or lift something up to a higher level or a higher position, or to raise to a more important or impressive level. That's what elevate means, fanboys. So let's talk about the narrative of LeBron James so-called elevating his teammates. Because I don't see it. I have never seen it. And I don't think that there's a good argument for it at all. But let me start by saying this. I think the more exaggerated your career is in any fashion, everything that goes along with it becomes exaggerated as well. And what do I mean by that? I mean that if you are winning a whole lot, people are going to exaggerate your teams, and eventually people are going to say that your competition can't have been that good the more you win. Vice versa, if you are constantly losing, your teammates are going to look even worse, and people are going to say, or it will be easy for people to say, that your competition had to be so fantastic. Something like if you lost 6 finals out of 10, people, it's easy for people to say, oh, well, he had to just be facing some insurmountable teams. So let's get back to the elevation of teammates. To me, it is great, but also amusing that a lot of people try to raise the importance of Jordan's role players, of the Chicago Bulls role players. What made them great is that they fit into the system greatly. What made them great is they embraced their role greatly. But fanboys, the next time any one of you come in my comments talking about how, Michael Jordan had Steve Kerr, like Steve Kerr was another Scottie Pippen or something. Steve Kerr averaged no more than 8 points a game for the Chicago Bulls. Let me say that again for you fanboys. Steve Kerr averaged no more than 8 points a game for the Chicago Bulls. Yes, he was a great three-point shooter, a pretty good mid-range shooter. A lot of seasons he actually shot better from three-point than he did from the mid-range. But the important thing about Steve Kerr is that he embraced his role, but even more important thing is that Steve Kerr was truly elevated by playing with Michael Jordan. Why is that? Because Michael Jordan held Steve Kerr accountable. just like he held everyone on the team accountable. Michael Jordan said, hey, look, I'm the best scoring option on this team. So if I get into a position where I need to pass you the ball, I need you to make this shot. I need you to be capable of making the shot. I need you to be fearless in taking the shot. And because of that, because of Michael Jordan holding teammates accountable, we now look at Steve Kerr's like, oh, well, he had Steve Kerr on the team. But let's go further than that. Scottie Pippen. A lot of people disagree with this, but it is of my opinion that had Scottie Pippen played with any other team than the Chicago Bulls, we would not be talking about Scottie Pippen. Well, first of all, he made the top 50 team when they first did that, and now he is still in the top 75 players. Had Scottie Pippen not played with Michael Jordan, I would argue that Pippen would have probably been more of a Eddie Jones level player. Someone who was really good, really talented, obviously a contributor to a team, but not a top 75, top 50 player. That's what I believe Scottie Pippen would have been without Michael Jordan to push him. Because number one, I mean, Scottie Pippen admits himself that he came into the league not taking it serious. Now, I don't know if that was just an excuse to say why he sucked his first few years or if that was really the case. But I do know this. Actions speak louder than words. And that clip from The Last Dance that shows Charles Oakley yanking Scottie Pippen up by the collar, smacking him. To me, that is a testament to Scottie Pippen's character. Let me tell you this. If I'm a rookie on the team, me, myself, there's a lot of things I'm willing to do for being the rookie on the team. You know, if I made the NBA and I'm the rookie and, you know, I got to carry the team luggage or do some other kind of stuff like that, okay. But what I can promise you is you are not going to jack me up by my collar and smack me. That is what is not going to happen. I can guarantee you that. And I know Oakley got a reputation for whatever, but hey, it's just going to have to go down. You are not going to jack me up by my collar and smack me. And the fact that Oakley, well, number one, felt comfortable doing that to Pippen, to me, that shows you the mindset of Scottie Pippen. Like, he was soft. He was soft when he got to the Chicago Bulls. And through playing with Michael Jordan, seeing someone who was fearless, he eventually took on that fearless mindset as well. So yes, Michael Jordan truly elevated Scottie Pippen. Again, let's go back to the definition of elevate, fanboys. To raise or lift something to a higher position, to raise to a more important or impressive level. Michael Jordan elevated his teammates. Horace Grant, who people like to bring up all the time, like he was just, again, like he was the fourth Scottie Pippen on the team. Horace Grant averaged 11 points for his career. And he was a good rebounder. He averaged 8 rebounds. Horace Grant was no Superman. Now, he was better than his brother Harvey, but Horace Grant was no Superman. Again, we're talking about Michael Jordan truly elevating his teammates to a more impressive level. Why? Because they were able to maximize what they could do. Well, let's say this. Playing along Michael Jordan, they had no choice but to maximize what they could do, embrace what their role was on the team, so that the team can function as a whole. When your team is great, everyone looks greater. I've said this in several videos. Now, fanboys, let's get to your king, the deer. I'm sorry, fanboys. I know this is a Sunday. This is not Fanboy Fridays. But this video must be done. Let's get to the deer. So the deer, who can you say he actually elevated? Who can you say that he raised to a more impressive level? Well, first of all, let's start with this. Unfortunately for LeBron James, he's only won with the best of help. And let's go ahead and say this. Can't say he elevated Dwayne Wade to a more impressive level. Matter of fact, I think that would be the opposite. Dwayne Wade elevated LeBron to a more impressive level. A non-champion can't come in and elevate a champion to a more impressive level. So scratch that off your list, fanboys. Miami, LeBron James did not elevate his teammates. He was on a team full of teammates who could already play, including when Ray Allen joined the team. Let's go back to Cleveland. Kyrie and Kevin Love. Matter of fact, I would go as far as to say that Kevin Love was better before he ever played with LeBron. And Kyrie Irving is that dude. We all know that because Kyrie Irving hit the shot. And he didn't hit the shot because it was set up by LeBron James. He hit the shot because Kyrie was fearless enough to take that shot. Kyrie has skills to get a shot off for himself. Unlike LeBron James, Mr. Get tied up in the lane against Denver. So, he did not elevate Kyrie or Kevin Love or anybody else on that team. Especially, I mean, the fact that we are sitting here naming either superstars or way above average players. You know, Michael Jordan took role players and truly elevated them. So that now people are talking about them like they're these amazing basketball players when just go look at the stats. Again, Steve Kerr averaged, no more than I think 8.6 was his highest average on Chicago. But yet he gets talked about in a great light because Chicago is 6-0. Now let's move on to LeBron on the Lakers with Anthony Davis. Did LeBron elevate Anthony? You know what? Actually, let's. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I feel like LeBron has had a negative effect on Anthony Davis. I think LeBron has had a negative effect on Anthony Davis. I really believe that Anthony Davis probably would have been better off not ever coming to the Lakers. He was able to get the bubble ring, so I guess that's a perk. But outside of that, I think LeBron's style, in quotations, leadership is not a good match for Anthony Davis. Because I feel like the whole time it's been like this kind of alluding to the fact that it's supposed to be Anthony Davis' team when each year you can clearly see LeBron's controlling everything. I feel like it seemed like the very reason that Anthony Davis came to the Lakers was supposed to be because he was going to be the guy. LeBron's getting older, and Anthony Davis was going to be the guy. And we hear this kind of talk every year, but clearly LeBron is not really ever willing to relinquish that position to the detriment of the team. So yeah, again, fanboys, who has LeBron elevated to a more impressive level? Again, to me, people want to keep talking about how terrible that Cleveland team was, but it's like, I mean, to me, some of those players, if they were playing roles, if they were playing in something else other than the system, if they were playing with somebody who truly held them accountable, I mean, to me, these well, number one, they got to the finals in 2007. But some of these players, you know, Jeff McManus, Ilgauskas, Drew Gooden, what do you think Jordan would have done with these players? What do you think Jordan would have done? How Jordan would have rubbed off after a few years of playing with these players, as opposed to LeBron? I mean, I would argue that Jordan could have got much more out of Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden, Ilgauskas, and those players, much more than LeBron could ever get out of those players. Again, why? Because Jordan's going to hold those guys accountable, one, and because two, Jordan is capable of playing different ways. Jordan is capable of fitting into different offenses. So people are going to have a more defined role. Something LeBron James is incapable of doing. Again, fanboys, I ask you, who has LeBron lifted to a more impressive level? Who has played with LeBron that gets talked about today like they're great, but wasn't great before playing with LeBron? Who is it? Let me know, please. I'm dying to know who LeBron has lifted to a more impressive level. Who out of his many teams gets talked about like, oh, this person is so great now? Because see, that's what happens when you actually elevate somebody. They appear to be more impressive. So who has LeBron lifted up out of all his teams that people talk about like, oh my goodness, well LeBron had Larry Hughes. Why can't we say that? Because LeBron doesn't really elevate his teammates. That's why. Why does nobody say, well, LeBron had Danny Green on the Lakers? Because LeBron doesn't really elevate his teammates. That's why. When you elevate your teammates get talked about in a greater light, fanboys. But anyway, we're going to hold up here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think LeBron James actually makes his teammates better? Or is it just another one of the many narratives put out there by the La Kingdom? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a fantastic day. And before we get out of here, I just want to, again, thank you all who support the channel. You are truly appreciated. And I can't thank you enough and can't thank you often enough. But anyway, you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you next time. All right.